time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger, next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. And it's going to sound like a long live read about Hoosier Hardwood Floors today, because we have the Dean Yoder in here today. Dean, thank you for coming in.
Hey, always enjoy it.
Thanks for not judging our floors when you came in. We were a little...
I always look. So.
I know.
Can't help myself.
We talk about you a lot in here.
I appreciate that.
We've built you up quite a bit in here.
I listen, and I'm always... I always enjoy the name dropping and the mentions. Good. That's always nice.
You like it when we say that you're like a singer, soft shoe dancer? Like we talk about that all the time.
I wouldn't know. I don't think an Amish boy dances too much. So.
Well, to our audience, you do.
Okay.
Because it goes back like 10 years, because we're a long time. Because we were joking about like, oh, if you put floors in, you must be like tap dancer. Like, how do you check them? That's how that started.
Yeah,
okay.
A long time ago. But you don't tap dance on them to make sure the floors are good?
Not generally. No, I usually
they hire a guy for that.
Ever since we lost Sammy Davis Jr., we just don't know if they.
You just lost half the audience with that one.
We did.
Who?
Sammy Davis Jr. Who's that? Man, you're right. I'm old, Chris.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, thanks for coming in. You're our longest sponsor.
Well, I enjoy the show, and I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I do work with Grabers, and I do work with Chris, so it's an easy sponsor.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because please don't go away.
Don't have any plans to at this moment.
Sweet. We'll keep this on the up and up for you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate a lot of your work. I think that we talk about flooring in here is it's works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we've talked about that before. It's your roof and your floor are working, and your walls, they're all working all day, every day, no matter what.
And if for us, if your floor isn't right, that's the first thing that you kind of see each day, and
right.
It's it's something that needs addressed. So
right,
that's where we come in.
And it's not just utility, because it's not right, Chris. I mean, your floor is a big part of the design of your house. It's part.
Absolutely.
It's a huge part of the look, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't miss the floor.
I mean, right. If you do, you're in trouble.
That's right.
If you do, you're in space. The space station. That's where you're at, because you're on it. I feel like and I think people know it. That's the cool part, right? I mean, people know this is, if you drop your like we did, your mixer on your floor and there's a chunk out of it, you're like, you can't miss it.
Or your refrigerator. I've fixed those before.
What do you mean?
Oh, just when
you drop a refrigerator?
Well, when movers. So every time let's say we come in and sand and refinish a hardwood floor,
right?
You're in your kitchen, your appliances. We like your dishwasher generally stays, but range and refrigerator generally we want them out so we can get all around it, so it all blends nicely. And I had one here a couple weeks ago where and we always leave direction on how, hey, this is how we want it moved back in. Refrigerator doesn't touch the floor until it gets moved in place. There's a very, very specific way of doing it. And these guys were carrying it in, and something slipped, and this thing just dropped right down on top of the floor. And we had to, it was
that's a double whammy too, because that refrigerator probably isn't the same either.
Yeah, probably not. But it was a repair that was needed after that. So those are always.
So you said, how do you get a refrigerator in without it touching the floor?
Oh, we use we advise people to use like masonite, or it's called hardboard from like Lowe's and Menards, that you get one piece and you cut it in half and you roll the refrigerator from one piece to the next. So it's not touching your hardwood floor. You basically piggyback it to its spot, and then you roll it in place, and there's no marks on my floors that we just got done doing.
Huh.
So it's very easy, but it's something that you'd be amazed at how many times we get back, when they move stuff back in. Hey, we got some refrigerators notorious for putting marks in my floors. Brand new, freshly redone floors. It is.
I don't know if, as an audience member, you just picked up what Dean just said, but it was subtle. If Dean puts in the floor, it's his floor.
Yeah. Until it's paid for anyway.
He refers to all the floors as his floors.
Yeah.
I have many children.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think that's why you guys have been successful, because floors are important to you. It's not, we talk about the difference between somebody who's like an artisan and somebody who just works here.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody just works there. It's a big.
I feel like I have my crew. They take pride in their, and generally if somebody's there for a job, the work's too hard for just to be there for a job. You know what I mean? They can go elsewhere and work at a job where it's not as physical, it's not as demanding. Where once you get into doing what we do, sanding and finishing, even new installs, it's that instant gratification thing that you kind of get hooked on it a little bit,
Right.
Where you once you see it in, it's like, oh, that's I did that, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I feel like my crew is, if you're not that, you're probably not going to last very long.
How long does it take somebody to get good at it?
I would say we generally a year to year and a half. When I hire somebody, I like them to have the potential to be in their own truck where they can run jobs, and generally a year to year and a half before they can do that.
And you don't see flooring going away. You see houses that continue to have floors.
Yeah,
What?
flooring is going to be hard to eliminate.
Unless we're going to go back to dirt. I don't know.
Beer and floors. That's going to be around forever. But so you said the potential to have your own truck. So and I'm not saying that this isn't a backhanded way to look for employees, but it is kind of interesting because probably somewhere out there is a flooring person who doesn't know they are,
Oh yeah,
and like, wow, that's something that I could do.
Well, I didn't grow up wanting to be a floor guy. That's for sure.
No, what'd you want to be?
Oh, I was going to be an astronaut or a president or something.
You see Dean as an astronaut? That'd be.
I don't know.
The
Whatever
first Amish astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever kids in the 80s, 70s, and 80s wanted to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, baseball player.
Wasn't a floor guy, I'll tell you that.
Being an Amish astronaut would be hard because the horse would probably stop being able to hold their breath about 20 minutes into the flight, I think. And it might be tough. Can they affix a helmet over a horse's head? I don't think they could do that.
Tough.
How many horsepower on this carriage? I could go on and on. Dean's did not continue to be Amish because there are people now listening to me like, Amish on the radio? What? That doesn't. I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah, that was a while back for me.
That's all right though. It gives you that craftsman-y, that's a thing in the Amish world is craftsmanship and working with your hands and putting time in, which I think sometimes we lose that now. It's like people think a year and a half to be good at it. Like, what? I've got YouTube. I could do this in an afternoon.
We've seen those floors. Trust me.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
Yeah, all I need is a nailer.
I'm not falling off
Wrong.
I'm not falling off this roof. I've nailed both feet to the roof.
Yeah.
that's the thing is that it takes a little while. It's a year and a half of solid work.
Yeah,
To do that.
just experience based, especially with the install side. You can teach somebody to install pretty quickly. It's the sanding and the finishing portion of it you just want to put it, get into it slowly,
Right.
and with a little bit more and more responsibility, and then finally you're like, it's a big thing when one of my guys just last week for the first time finished his own floor, and
that's like a rite of passage.
He was very excited about that. He was pretty proud of himself, and we're proud of him when they
Yeah.
are starting to do that. So.
Well, we're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. When we come back, let's talk some more about your floors. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors, and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts in hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com, or you can just come to the studio because Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors is in the building right now, in the studio. He's going to sing some Dean Martin later for us, which is nice.
That might affect some viewer or listenership right there.
I don't know. You can hear the velvety tones. I wouldn't sell them short,
Trying to think of a Dean Martin song.
Yeah.
What? Oh, man. In Napoli.
Oh, that's the only one I can think of.
That's really
That's
it?
it.
All right, whatever. You're just Frank Sinatra family, I take it.
Oh, no.
Really?
No.
Wait, you're Italian, Chris. What was your Italian crewman?
Andy Williams. All
It
that.
wasn't Tony
Andy.
Bennett, was it?
Wait. What?
You're an Italian family. What
Yeah.
Italian singers did your parents listen to? Pavarotti.
No.
Right.
Well, no. I mean, I can't think. Growing up,
Yeah. Like in my house, we were a Dean Martin first, then Frank Sinatra.
no.
No?
No.
Chris, did you grow up Amish too?
Yeah, it was. He was Italian Amish.
We didn't have radios, record players.
Dean, I'm so Italian. I have an uncle that died bobbing for ravioli. I'm just kidding.
That sauce was a little too thick. Is that
You
it?
can only breathe it once. All right, we're with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors, lifelong floor guy. But just you know how we are. We love you guys. These guys work with you. But I really wanted to talk about, like, at least give the people what they want to hear. I'm just kidding. I really do. But Chris, when you're figuring out flooring, how do you go about working with the customer for flooring? Like, where does it start? Do they usually come in and say, I want all hardwood floors? Or like, do they lead with that? Like, do people show up kind of knowing what kind of floor, like on a big project?
Well, usually what happens is if it's a remodeling project, they may have carpet and or partial hardwood someplace, carpet someplace else, tile. And our recommendation usually is to get rid of all of that and put in hardwood floors throughout, or or try to match what's existing in the house already, and then replace carpet or whatever. Most people are already wanting solid surface.
Yeah, that you don't see a lot of houses with that patchwork type. This room's this, that room's that.
Not in new construction, but if you look at houses that are currently out there for sale, you'll still see that.
Right.
But we try to come in and unify the space, and the best way to do that is with your flooring, because I don't like a lot of visual breaks
Right.
on the floor. So to keep it unified is usually our first recommendation.
I have a question for Chris. So when you walk in, like the front door, is it two two different floorings are okay. Like if you're walking in front, you see.
Like if they have tile and then it
Yeah.
transitions to a hardwood,
Yeah.
it's okay. But in
So a lot of back in the day you had three
Yep.
or more.
nope. See, in my world, in my view, I don't like to see the tile. I mean, people put tile in because they think it's more durable than wood because it doesn't scratch.
Yeah.
And it's easier to keep clean. But I would rather take that out and carry the wood all the way to the front door.
Yeah.
Versus having that transition from one material to another.
Yeah.
I just think it looks more cohesive.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but that's my preference.
Yeah.
Is
I didn't know if there was if two were because I get into a lot of houses where they're wanting to change stuff up with flooring, and then hey, is it okay to keep the tile here, or should we? And I always if it's in the budget, let's do it all so it all looks the same. But because I don't want them spending money that doesn't need to be spent.
right, and we don't either.
Yeah.
But at so if somebody asked me that question, I would tell them that my personal preference is that we would take the tile out because I think the look is more cohesive taking the wood to the front.
Yeah.
But I also respect the fact that maybe that's not what you want. So, but it's not wrong
Yeah. Yeah.
as long as they kind of complement each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the one of the things that I'm noticing is that the grand entrance, there's not a tremendous amount of houses that have the old school grand entrance where you walk in and it's like, and then you step down into the house, or like.
If you have like let's say you have a front entrance and maybe that leads to a central hall, that's not uncommon to have that tiled with some sort of maybe
Right.
tile design, and then maybe the rooms off of that are hardwood. That's perfectly fine because I mean, again, that's a very classic
Yeah.
look.
But now even like I'm trying to think of some like modern big builds that I have. Even there don't have like
Houses today are built are stylistically completely different.
Yeah, because that cohesive look starts right at the threshold.
You
of
almost
the
need
front
it
door.
because now you have open concept. So when you have an open concept, you don't want to break all these
Right.
the flooring.
We're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors, who, for a fact, loves us.
I do.
I'm
yes,
feeling
I
it.
do.
Just feeling it. And the new build's easy. But Joel, you were going to say something. I saw you.
No.
Now it's over. It's
good.
It's gone. You left the building.
Yeah, I lost it.
I interrupted you.
But
Joel.
moving over, like, so Chris is like, Chris's advice comes in, but then now when you're looking at a project, so it's in the general contractor's hands now and project management. At what point are you thinking floors in a major remodel? Like if you're doing remodeling a whole floor, when should a customer be looking at the floors coming in?
I mean,
what
like
point?
when in the
Like does drywall?
project?
In the project, does drywall go up before the door, or floors, or are we? looking at-
Yeah. We typically drywall's up and finished,
Is it?
and then we're thinking about our flooring.
When you see the flooring, the job's almost done.
You're getting there. I mean, a lot of times we're not trimming until after the floor's done.
Right. Are you final paint is
Paint usually last.
last, right? So it's the floors are like right
Yeah.
endish.
And
but
depending
not-
on like what the project is, like I a lot of times I'll take Dean's recommendation on it, but a lot of times we'll go to all the way to where it's ready for its final coat, and then after everything's done, they'll come in and do their final coat.
just
I would just have a question for Dean. What are you seeing as far as consumers? What are they asking for when they come in? Refinishing, new flooring.
We're probably, I would say, 50-50. A lot. We're doing a lot more, pre-finished installs than what. There for a while, there's a lot of people that we were installing raw and then saying refinishing everything. Now we still do. I still have five sanders going. Generally, I try to anyway. But we're doing a lot of new installs where in a remodel where it might be they're going to the wide plank and they would just they want that look. They're going for that look, which is okay if you have the house for it.
Right.
Sometimes sometimes what we call the typical Granger house that might not look as good to take those the 2 1/4 that they had originally in there look the best in those houses. To site finish, put the new wood in those, looks better in those houses. Just the way they're partitioned off. The rooms are.
Sure.
They're not as open concept like you were talking earlier.
Which is what we're seeing. Almost 95% of the homes are all open concepts now.
So
Yeah, the new
wider,
homes are.
Yeah, the new ones
So
are.
wider is better. I know I'm not supposed to use that word. Wider is more trendy in an open concept than the
for
thinner.
Sure. Oh yeah,
right?
and it really does look good. An open concept, wide plank looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, it really
Because
does.
there's less like
You have
When it
such.
fills the space.
Yeah, it fills the space.
We have put in just recently. It was an 11-inch wide
Oh.
plank. Yeah.
Wow.
An engineered 11-inch wide engineered plank.
Wow, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's Viking has a product that's 11 inches wide that really looked really good. But most of your wide planks are 7 inches, 6-7 inch makes a nice. It fits a lot of houses in this area.
right. And you're so if you had a tight room, which is rare now, but if it's a remodel, you're going to run into that.
Yeah.
The tighter the room, the thinner the plank.
Yeah,
generally.
it's just more. That's more your traditional look, your traditional house. I feel like you have to go with what your house.
Gives you, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. When we come back, we're going to ask really tough questions, the hard-hitting questions for Dean. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops at the showroom. Now opening Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com, or you could go to Goshen and hang out in the showroom, and there's like 55 different floors in there. I don't know how many. There's
Or
a lot.
more.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. And we're here with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. I don't know what your title is. Honcho? What is it?
It's just
Hefe?
floor guy.
Floor guy.
Yeah.
I'm the floor guy.
You are the floor guy. Golfer, dancer, singer.
Guy.
Floor guy. Yeah. He'll put floors on your walls. That's how much of a floor guy he is, if you want
Do
to.
it on the ceiling.
Oh, like that guy dancing on the ceiling from, what's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, what a feeling.
We actually had one that we did put on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
How did you affix?
We were on scaffolding and just nailed it into the.
Did you put it in just like the floor, just up there on the ceiling?
It was a repair that we were doing that up on Lake Michigan
Interesting.
that they had some leakage roof issues and messed up some white oak on the ceiling.
So you-
we got to go in there and
Chris talks about that occasionally. You don't mind putting flooring on the ceiling in certain applications, right? You've talked
Yeah,
about
wood on
that.
wood ceiling. Yeah.
The
Cool.
Yeah.
good look.
It is a good
Yeah.
look.
My guys don't like working on them, but
No, I mean, anytime you're working over your.
yeah, it's
over
tough.
your head,
Tough.
like-
it's hard
yeah.
work,
They're
even
like
harder work.
Michelangelo.
How do you nail that in?
Oh, you just nail it into your joist system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but hammer and nail?
We use
A nail
generally
gun?
trim nailer.
Trim nailer?
Yeah, we glue. We
Okay.
use
Yep,
like a
yep,
glue
yep.
assist to make sure it stays up there.
That's hard. I mean,
we
when
we
you're
actually rely more on the glue than we do on the nail.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, do you have to put anything like a substrate behind it that's different? Like, you can't do that into sheetrock, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you just want to know where your floor joist the joist system is.
and then make sure you animate.
How do you? I mean, You probably don't do a lot of that
No.
because the ceiling would have to be pretty level.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that typically a pre-finish?
generally this particular.
I would like.
Yeah,
I mean, like I wouldn't want to.
That's this
I'm
one
thinking
here.
about this. I'm like, no wonder they hate it. They're like running the big sander on
So
there.
we actually this one we had to sand it in place because it was a repair.
Oh right, yeah.
And so we had to blend
Oh, my
color, make sure color was right.
Oh, so that sander's like a four-man
nightmare.
sander at that point.
we just it was we had just a slight bevel on it, so it didn't need a lot. Just clean up sanding is basically what we had to do. Then just finishing it to get.
So you didn't have to install it. You just had to.
No, we installed.
You take it down to the bed.
We
and
had to piece.
Yeah, you pieced it in.
Yeah,
You pieced it
damaged
in. Okay.
material down and put new up. And
We're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors, and he knows everything about floors. That's why he's here. That's why we're talking to him.
And ceilings, evidently.
And ceilings, apparently.
Yeah.
But we
don't spread that around.
was like footloose
Talk to
in here for a
Joel.
second.
Yeah.
We're not putting a floor on the ceiling.
That
Yes, we are.
oftentimes is the contractor
Yeah.
that the trim guy that does that. But in this case, we did it. So.
Well, I think one of the things that people who are in the know that repair is a pretty big part of your job there, because if you have this wonderful floor, generally you want to keep it, so there's a lot of repair and refinish. That's kind of a lot of your work, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we do a lot of there's water damage issues.
Right.
There's
life damages,
Yeah.
whatever's happening.
just pet damage issues and all that kind of stuff can force us to come in and change out boards.
Right.
Do kind of make a decision whether or not we can do a spot repair or if it has to be more of a sand and repair than sand and refinish. There's just a lot of different and setting expectations, So sometimes that's insurance work. So the homeowner gets can have a little bit more leeway on what they want. Sometimes it's out of their own pocket, so you just have to talk about expectations when you're doing repairs.
How difficult is it to do a spot repair?
It can be very difficult if the floor has age to it. Mm-hmm. Sun fade, you can't replicate sun fade. Almost all floors, with sun fade, which it happens to. A lot of the finishes have inhibitors in it to keep it from fading as much, but it will still have some sun fade, and that oftentimes decides whether or not you have to sand and refinish, or if you can spot repair.
Because you can't. You can always. The fade is a very difficult thing to
Can't replicate.
mask.
Yeah.
I have not been able in 30 years. I've not been able to replicate that type of repair.
Like cherry darkens with the sun.
Yeah.
So and if you pull something away, that's a rug away from it,
It's
then you
amazing what it looks like underneath there.
What number sunblock do you recommend rubbing on the wood?
100. I mean, total.
Why is it so slippery over here? We have to put suntan lotion
it's
on.
easier to cover your window than it is to.
Yeah, there are films that you can put on windows that I like to see people put on.
Yeah.
and there's companies around. I don't know exactly, what the names of these companies, but they put a film on the window that will keep the UV rays from doing a lot of damage.
So,
I definitely would recommend that.
how is it that obvious though?
What? Fading?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what species, for sure. Like maple is a big one. Cherry, like you said, cherry's one. Walnut really does.
All the good ones.
All the ones with pigment in them, yeah.
Yeah, all the ones
Yeah.
that have the most character, have the
Yeah.
most volatility in the sun.
And there was a time when the pre-finished, 20-year-old pre-finished hardwood, they had a time in there where they did not have good protection in their finish, where it really did terrible. It faded terribly. And so now the nice thing is on those you can sand and refinish them, and you're back to all these floors. Sun fade is you sand it out.
And it's a catch-22 because everybody loves windows. So like windows are prominent. It's not like you're in a closed-in box anymore. Houses have plenty of sun coming in.
Yeah, and that's good. But that's where I like if you can, put some of that film, have film put on your windows to block the UV rays. It's going to be better for your drapery and your
furniture and everything. Everything.
Yeah.
We're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors, and he took my thunder because I was going to ask about that because if you research floors and you get any deeper than just what's the best floor, because everybody searches that first, right? Yeah. Like within one search, you're at Sunfade, where people are talking about Sunfade.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to research deeply into hardwood floors before you get to that very thing that we talked about. Yeah. It's a thing.
It for sure is.
And there's no wood that is really great at it. But oak, I guess, right?
The oaks are generally, they don't react as much. They still do, and some of that is the finish itself will. But a lot of your darker, like the walnuts, the cherries, and those are notorious for bleaching and fading.
So they fade lighter, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, but like it's noticeable because of the darkness of the other wood that doesn't move at all.
Yeah,
and it gets there faster. Was the point? It was like what is it? Cherry is the fastest.
It darkens.
That'll deepen in color.
Yeah.
Does maple turn yellow?
Maple kind of it just kind of bleaches out to nothing.
Really?
Yeah. It's just you can't see the grain in it once it bleaches out.
Interesting.
But with the UV finishes that we have now, we use a lot of Bona finishes, and it definitely they have stabilized the finish to have some blocker in it.
So you get a few more years, get a percentage.
And I know a lot of the new windows are already UV.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah, and you're never going to stop all the UV.
No,
like it's going.
The window film blocks 97%,
which is a good amount.
And then one of the first questions we get when we recommend film is, will it darken my windows? And
it doesn't at all. No.
No.
Barely noticeable. Barely. I mean, it's worth the.
Oh, it's worth.
Totally worth it.
100%.
Yeah, in the 70s, you needed like mirrored glasses, like a state trooper.
Yeah,
and that's all. They've come a long way. Of that, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's if you ever see like Elkona Country Club, they have this pink film. It's kind of cool looking in the right scenario. But it doesn't look like that anymore.
No. You wouldn't even know. If you walked in and didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Right. Well, we're talking with Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. When we come back, let's blow his mind again. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and it's that simple. So pay attention because you're about to do it. You're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com, or you can stop by the studio right now and meet Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. How long have you been at it, Dean?
Oh, it's getting close to 30 years.
That's it?
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. You don't look like
my knees feel it too.
You don't look like you have any quit in you though.
No. I still love it, so I keep doing it.
Like is it a family thing? You bring family into the business too?
I have actually my daughter, she works for me at the showroom. I've got my two business partners are actually relation to me, not my brothers, but like my brothers.
Right.
But yeah, we my wife works there, and yeah, just family thing. For
I think that's important because we talk about this a lot. I'm looking at Joel. It's like family business runs the country.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
You don't go to Walmart. Yeah, it's just a different feel. You know what I mean? Like shop at your local hardware store and get your local businesses involved because you can't. There's no price tag on care. It's way more expensive in the long run to use somebody that doesn't have a vested interest in their business.
You're going to get, generally you're going to get better advice, better service, better product. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are going, we live in the community, so we have to. We're going to see you all. So
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah, I think it's like not a shameless plug at all, because in 30 years, that's a lot of proof. That's a lot of proof that you do it right way more than you do it wrong, and that's the key, right?
That's it.
I think that when we talk about floors in flooring in this area or any area, I think. Well, I'm going to turn it over to the experts. Like, what are the general questions you get most about flooring? And I'm going to start with Joel, because they're, when somebody's asking you about flooring, what's usually coming up? Because it's generally when it's going to come in, when be put in,
Typically they're like, hey, do you know Dean from Hoosier? And can you get us connected with him?
Can I get his autograph?
Right.
Yeah.
We get a lot of that. Like, can I get an 8x10 glossy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to keep those in my truck for people. We'll talk afterwards, Dean.
Okay. I'll set you up.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, usually it's like, people always want to know cost. People always want to know timing.
Right. Cost and time.
Yeah.
And when you're putting in which is faster? I guess there's no such thing as faster, because if you're putting in a floor, it's getting finished.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Pre-finished.
We do a lot of pre-finished hardwood, and that's you're generally cutting half the time out. With pre-finished, it's much quicker, and we're not as you're not dealing with smell. You're not dealing with the noise. A lot of the noise that when we're dust. Yeah.
But the way they do stuff, the dust is so minimal when they are doing the
when
sand
you talk
and
about
finish.
dust, like we're gonna have to talk about what we're talking about. Why is there dust?
Well, when we're sanding down hardwood floors, there's a whole sequence of sanding grits and applications that you're going through, and I usually tell people if you're refinishing your floor, if you don't dust for 4 or 5 weeks, you get that film. We're gonna be that on a black countertop. You're gonna see some dust, but it's not gonna be a disaster like it was 20 years ago when we first came in. Everything was bagged, not vacuum. Now we're dealing more with vacuums, and we can't do the business like we used to do as far as how we sanded. I mean, we used to wear dust masks and all the. We don't even have to. You don't have to do that
because it's like hooked right into a vacuum system.
It's got the HEPA vac right on it.
So
it's like
our the big machine that we use, which we have a bag on that, which is very good as far as dust control. But where your dust gets kicked up is your edging equipment and your finishing equipment, and those are all on vacuums.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's. Were you gonna say something, Chris?
No, I'm not regarding that.
Oh, okay. I was just
thinking.
Yeah, that.
I guess we could ask Chris. We've been in his house before.
You have, and there was very little dust, and they sanded.
Because you have to do that. I mean, you got to take it off to get the good stuff on there.
And I still walk in the rooms and go, "My gosh, these are beautiful." They are.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's nothing really quite like a good floor in your house.
Yep. But that when you were asking Joel about what our customers ask us, why is this one $10 a square foot and this one $5 a square foot? So we have to educate them on thicknesses and the layers and why this one would be a better install for your application versus this one.
Yeah, what's the difference? Like why get a thicker one, or is thicker always better? Is thicker always the right choice?
Yeah, so in hardwood there's for real hardwood, you've got the 3/4 inch, 3/4 thick, which is solid. And then when we get into wider planks, we go into engineereds. So engineers are not all created equal. And that's where Chris is talking about the $5 versus the $10. So generally in our store, we carry, we like to have at least 3 to 4 mil of wear layer of actual veneer on top so that it can be refinished down. It still would be considered a permanent floor solution, where if you're into the 1.5s, which is what a lot of the lesser quality engineered are, you're not refinishing that. I mean, I hit that with a sander, it's done. You're going to be into your.
You're going to see plywood
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah,
You might as well just have subfloor.
Yeah,
mean-
it's not refinishable. So that's where we like to sell a product that's going to be long term.
Well, then why wouldn't everybody just get the minimum of the long term? Why get more than the minimum?
Generally, you're the thicker the veneer, the pricier the product,
right?
and so sometimes budget doesn't allow it. Generally, it's budget, and sometimes that 3 to 4 has that perfect color that you really want in a pre-finish. Now we can also. We've done this numerous. There's a couple contractors that we always get unfinished engineered, and there's a lot of people who don't understand that you can actually get that.
Did not know that sitting in the chair.
We can get unfinished engineered. We get a lot of it, and then we finish it on site to get that color, to get that look.
So what's the price difference for that? You do that for the wide plank?
Yeah.
So that ends up typically being more than if you're doing like a solid 3/4. I would assume, just because of the engineered.
Yeah, generally on going from site pre-finish to site finish, you're going to add 30 to 40%. You know, if we site finish, you're going to add money.
Because it's labor. I mean, somebody's there.
It's
doing it.
labor there. We get a lot more time involved on site than we do if it's pre-finished.
But you get the best of both worlds there. You get the wide plank that you want on a floor that's permanent, and
It's
you
your
get
color.
the exact color that you
It's
need.
your color.
And you're making the color.
We generally work with the designers, or we work with homeowners. We do lots of samples, where we're working on color almost from day one. Sometimes that the color thing, we don't sell the job until we got the color. It's that important.
You're going to have to come back, Dean, because we did not answer all the questions. Dean Yoder from Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Visit them, the best in the Midwest for sure.
Thank you.
At Floors. So we appreciate you being a sponsor. Thanks so much for being in.
right.
We'll see you next time on Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.